You set out for Stalwart. The White March rises up in the distance, stretching to the north and south as far as the eye can see. It beckons to you with peaks like broken fingers. The road thins to a tattered ribbon, and the shadow of the mountains falls across your path. You've barely begun your climb when the darkening sky pummels you with hailstones and turns the ground beneath you to ice. You press on. The air grows thin, and the treacherous mountain passes funnel screeching winds past your ears. A blizzard forces you to make camp for 3 days, huddling for safety while snow piles around your refuge. At last the weather clears, and you approach Stalwart under a crisp blue sky. There's a noise, high and sharp, coming from the village that sounds at first like another frozen gale. But when you top the rise and reach the village's wooden gates, you see what lies beyond them.
Oh snap, that seems exciting.
It's Darzir, with a whole pack of them!
We can take these bastards!
Oh. Leave it to me! That's it! Lava will be on seat! Leave it to Rith Uligna!
Look out! More of them by the fishery!
Leave it! Lava! Not getting... Love. Sit. Parathis. Rith. Not getting through. not getting through these.
Settle!
Leave it!
Settle!
Darzir's fallen. Back to the matron now.
You're the one Renegilde sent for. She'll want to speak with you. Her house is just up the way, next to the Gref's Rest. The messenger pants, waving smoke away from his face.
Katie's house is burning! Hurry! They're both in there! Help! The hut's coming down!
Alright. Roof of this hut is almost entirely enveloped in flames, lighting snow in dark orange hues. Several beams have been reduced to ember dot husks. Through the hut's threshold, you can see billowing smoke. Fire roars as it climbs the timbers. The air feels thick and hot, and the building is maze of flame. Withstanding the smoke and navigating the fire will be a challenge. Enter the burning hut yourself. Shoot, I don't know. Durance. Durance leaps over the burning threshold, plunges out of sight behind a wall of smoke. Inside the house, fire has pitted the wall and beams in big red light. It's hard to even see if you can, yeah. Continue forward. Survival. Air is thick, but Durance presses her guns using it. Durance moves onward. Oh wait, it's actually telling me about the Durance's experience. I thought it would be like we're just on the outside. God, I'm still really sick. Sorry guys. The muddy ground, the burning beans comes crashing down. Caught off guard, Durance is pinned beneath the heavy log. Dude, he's got like Margaret on his side or whatever. Alright, even reeling from the impact, Durance is still able to take the debris, move it. Yeah. Sudden flash singes his arm, doesn't stop Durance, pain steadily grows. Pressing forward, Durance comes out. The wider room to the left is a man, a source of the faint cries for help. He stands trapped behind a curtain of flame, arms raised to ward off the heat. It may be impossible to reach him without quenching the fires first. To the right, a woman lies unconscious beneath what appears to have been once the roof. She's small, but the rubble trapped her looks heavy. The smoke winds his way up and out the air. Okay. Stop and examine the situation to the right. Alright, the woman is trapped beneath a considerable amount of rubble, including a heavy crossbeam. A purple bruise on her temple suggests that it was struck by a debris spell. On her outflung hand, you can just make out the glint of a ring. Take the ring! Turn away to help the man. Crossbeam provide the woman with some protection against the scattered debris and fell against it, but the beam itself is now weighed down. Using every ounce of strength, strains the left, the beams shift slightly. Alright. Beam finally begins to rise. Without one great final effort, Durance weaves the last of the rubble clear of the woman. Through this still unconscious, the woman is free of the rubble and can now be moved. Alright, let's check out the man. Smoke clogs Durance's lung, the heat become unbearable. Durance will collapse soon. Help, please help me here. Dressed in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't have any of that, so carry the woman out. Set by this moment, blistering in. Durance is rapidly losing strength with every passing moment. Survival becomes unlikely, keeping his firm hold upon the unconscious woman. Durance exits. I'm surprised I'm not praying to Margaret. Eyesight followed by smoke, stumbles on the debris scattered underfoot, fights to remain conscious, but exhaustion and lack of this. Durance is soon overwhelmed and collapses on the ground. Darkness descends. In a hazy state of unconsciousness that follows the sound of shouting and crashing and burning, timber drift out in here. Durance wakens some time later to find Pelaga standing nearby, having dragged Durance to safety.
They're
Fail.
gone. Both of them.
I was sure that thing was coming down, taking your friend with it. The man wipes his brow and stares up at the collapsing. Too bad about Ludger and Kendi. You look like you could use a drink. take this over to Hendrix and have one on me. She flips out a couple flat carved bones. Dang, who knows what that would have...
Fresh fish! Freshly caught!
Damn, this guy's yelling.
Effigy's eyes! It looks at me! Ah!
Alright, that was interesting. A dozen pair of globular eyes stare up piteously from this discarded head, so the gaze catch a lashing point, see it fins, and it shift through the fish grabs. Hand brushes against something around the fleshy size of melon. It's smooth and scaleless, and parts seem to be covered in hair. Discarded head, perhaps, but not that of a fish. Poke the head. Pull out the head. I poke the head. The head shifts deeper into the barrel's slimy recess. Pull out the head. Throw an hand on either side. You begin to lift another barrel, only to have it leap from the grass. Man, what a crazy dude. Man who leapt out of the barrel stands facing you, barely naked save for the loincloth and dismal on it. He's covered head to cover in scars, tears, punctures, and thorny imprints of lashlings, most of them faded. Despite that condition, the man's body is remarkable. His drooping skin, his flanks and elbows, only evidence of his advanced age. His face is placid, but the rest of him appears perhaps...
You must forgive, Zahua. I was not expecting you.
Doesn't have an old man's voice either. He looks you in the eye at first, but his gaze drifts down now and then, settling on strange parts of your face as though distracted by new discoveries. If he is at all flustered, he gives no indication. What were you doing in the barrel?
Resting my eyes, I thought. Waiting for the Malkachoa to bring me insight. It would seem I dozed. A good thing my master was not alive to see it. Are you real?
Dude, who is this guy? Now that you asked, I'm not so sure.
We shall let the matter rest for now, then. Until the Malkachoa, a small white mushroom. I have heard it called snowcap in these lands. It can reveal the true nature of many things. A teacher, not an owner. Zahua is a free man. Well, I was freeing myself from vanity. Consider, how can one be vain who is bathed in the smell of dead fish? I had the idea when I passed this way earlier. I am pleased with the results so far. Yes, quite pleased. I was visiting a monastery not far from here. I found it empty, but I met a messenger as I left. He carried a call for aid. Seeing that he would find no monks at the monastery, I chose to go in their place. Zahua is no longer young, but in combat he is still the greatest of the Takan people. It seemed only right that he should go. From battle, yes. I left them upon my enemies. These were struck against fear. These against pleasure. These against hatred. Those down there against greed and doubt. And these were for vanity. I cannot take credit for all of them, but I put them there in battle to remind myself what is real. Our worst enemies are inventions of the mind, pleasure, fear. When we see them for what they are, we become unstoppable. I feel I have been close. In the moment when the pain is sharpest, the world becomes clear. In that moment, I am a match for anyone.
Dude, this dude is a masochist. Alright kids, if you are watching, please stop watching and don't take any of this at all as, I don't know, just don't be like this dude.
Of course, I am fortunate to have suffered so much. If I did not suffer, I would not aspire to free myself from it. I would wander from one unfulfilling goal to the next. More wealth, a better station, but to search for a place beyond suffering's reach is to nurture the soul. To harden it, suffering is the greatest gift the gods have given us. Their most beautiful, perfect creation. It is the hand that turns the wheel. Gods know. The usual way is to smear yourself with the ashes of the dead. But they do not burn their dead here. So I have to make... The cold seems to conquer the smell. I would not say I am hired. I see I have chosen a path. And this fortress, this Durgan's battery, its people are gone. Zahua would... If one wishes to swim, we are here together in this moment because a perfect fool. I will walk with you so long.
See you when I see you. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Alright, speak with Reno in their house. Alright, so basically, storyline so far, letters arrived at Carnoa, addressed to its new ruler. Stalwart believes it may be present at an interesting opportunity. People of Stalwart have asked me to open up Durgan's battery at deserted dwarven fortress and find the White Forge. Their mayor will probably have more information on this matter. Stalwart lies in White Marsh. The journey will take several days. Killed Zer. Okay, so we killed that person. Now we gotta find where to go, I guess. What's down here, though? If I go down here. Hey, yeah, sweet. I'll find it without your help. Not giving up. You hear me? Charlatans. Well. Dwarf paces his head down, arms crossed, only stopping to hurl glances at the building behind him. His face is smeared dark with grime, and soot falls from the beard as he mumbles to himself. Work my hands into bloody stumps in this place, and for what? He kicks a mound of dirt, snow. Start with nothing, leave with less. He extends his arms out. Who are you yelling at? At idiots, that's who. And I'm as much to blame for believing them. The dwarf wrinkles his nose, nostrils flaring like a horse. Well, good riddance. Should never settled here in the first place. Some things you mean to leave behind, come to find out, you pack them anyway. But I'm not leaving until I recover what's mine. They can't deny me again. Not after this. Guess who said the burnout building? Those sweet-tongued priests took my heirlooms. Bury the memories of my past, they said. Now I don't have even that. Laura, I'll take it. You gave something of yours to one of the Ondra's gift bearers. Gives you a silence. You're quick. Wish I had had those wits when they spoke of the peace and redemption in the eyes of the goddess. Those priests, Ondra's dogs, said the goddess would forgive, that some things are best left to be forgotten, not towards the simple. Their leader, Lafda, I believe her words. Another one of them, a gift bearer, took my medallion, and now they won't tell me where it is. Your problem is that you give meaning to meaningless objects. Here, let me show you something. I need one of your rings. Okrun draws back his hand, but Zada gives him a trustworthy nod. After a moment's hesitation, Okrun relents, dropping a jeweled band into Zakra's outstretched palm. Immediately, Zakra flings it into the lake. See? You are no worse off. Okrun's face, already splashed with pink from the cold, turns a deep shade of crimson. His mouth puckers as though his head were set to implode. After a tense moment, his breathing slows and his fist clenched, his original look of pain, frustration returning. I gotta blow my nose. Why won't they tell you? Because they think they know better, that's why. And said that's the only way I'd forget. What do you want to forget about your past? That's a different life, better days, until Okrun closes his eyes and shakes his head, motes of soot falling from his clutched shoulders. It's my burden to bear, not yours, though to cast it away by the memories I left. I wonder if this person's going to join my team too. What else did you give the priest? Dwarf casts a measuring look at you, quickly turns his head and nods. You understand its value, my armor. set finer than I've ever seen, but worthless to an old dwarf. I've traded it for a medallion, but fool that I was, gave it both to them. Maybe there's something I can do. Not the kind of talk that I've grown used to these past few years, I admit. The priests may pretend otherwise, but folks here tend to look only after themselves. I'd be surprised if they return it willingly. They believe it's sacred duty to cast offerings to the goddess in some place where they'll be forgotten. Better to find where they dropped them, I think. What's left is rolling all this. She leads the group of crows. I forgot to mute. They took over the temple as folks started to leave, came unburdened those that sought to forget. Tell me about this medallion you want to recover. Belongs to my sister. Pretty trinket on her to me. That's my family. Okay. Shields. Dot dot dot. Nope. Don't do that. Swordsman. Left. Who's this person? Young man dressed in sturdy leathers glares at you. Creases in his face stand despite the scarce sunlight of the region, suffering a slight twitch as you approach. I've got nothing for you. Speak with Lafda if you want. Turns away, his nose wrinkled. Dang, you guys not happy. Alright, veins course under the woman's pale skin like icy fissures, yet when she speaks, her voice flows warm and soothing. Ondra welcomes you into her embrace. Her features soften with compassion. We're here to ease the pain of your past, ready to take your burdens. With a thin smile, she nods. If you let the goddess help with your hardship, of course. I want to ask about Okrun's harems. Ondra is the goddess of redemption, deep like an ocean and gentle as a mother. She is here to relieve her children of darkest burdens. We came here to aid the villagers to heal the wounds of the past that fester in their souls. I thought Ondra was the goddess of loss and mourning, not redemption. The priest crosses her arms, shifts her weight. A common notion. Others may believe so, but the goddess's mysteries are profound. Her true power lies in redeeming your loss and regret. Was there something else? I want to know about these giftbearers. Giftbearers do Ondra's most valued work. They carry the material burdens of unfortunate souls into her embrace so that the goddess may help them forget. The dwarf already asked. We gave him this counsel he needed. Slight irritation sharpens her tone. She seems to catch herself, modulating her voice. And naturally, we'll do what we can for you. Ask what you will. Ondra wants his medallion back. Okay. Okrun. Okrun. How often we let the shadow of the past become a burden even to others. That medallion, it weighs on Orca's mind. You're kind to help, but what he really needs is to cast away those memories. Isn't that for him to decide? He has changed his mind. As a priest, you must listen. No right of appeal then. How convenient. He's lost everything. How can you take away the only thing left? Okay, change his mind. His priest, you should listen. I listened to him. Such dark memories, so much regret. We took on his burdens for his good of the village. He belongs his past now. His belonging is his past now, rests in Okrun's realm to be forgotten so that the wounds of the soul may heal. This is the will of the gods. Lord, her will flows in tides. Maybe Okrun still needs the medallion to discover how to forget. For a moment, the priest scans the floor before us as if in search for an answer. She nods. You're well versed in the intricacies of our faith. No one is hiding anything from someone like you. There's no need to quarrel over the mysteries of God's will. I'll tell you what you wish to know. Okrun's heirlooms was taken by Xilti, chosen giftbearer among us, to be cast away and as an offering to Ondra. Only he knows where. He paused and looked at you. Tell me. You could ask him yourself, but he's on trek through the mountains of Durgan's battery. If you run into I thought that's this dude. Tell him he's in urgent duties to attend here. Tell me about the giftbearer. Xilti was business near Durgan's battery. Those mountains are dangerous. If you insist upon carrying out this request of Okrun's, then that's where I'd search for answers. It's hard to believe that only the giftbearer knows where Ondra's offerings are cast away. Is it? The goddess frees us from our earthly burdens. It's best if only one of us knows where we're taken, lest we all end up suffering under the weight. Alright. Oh, there's a cute. Yeah, it was definitely off.
Finally, some proper weather. What do you say to a dip in those springs?
As you step outside, the heavy wooden door of the temple slams shut behind you. You hear someone barring it from the other side. It sounds like the priest has engaged in agitated conversation. You get the sense that they are discussing you, but you're also certain the door is too thick to your ears drop through. Although there may be other places nearby you can stand for better. Nice. I can't believe this. How could you? Alright. The wooden shutters of the temple's window close tight, muffle a set of voices coming from within the building. This is kind of cool side quest. You can't quite make sense of the murmur, but cracking a shutter open will likely help. Rusty iron hatch holds the wooden shutters closed. With care, you'll be able to unfasten without being noticed. Unfasten the latch. Listen with your ears. You carefully begin to lift the latch of its metal hook. Halfway there, the rust iron resists with a screech. You freeze, listening to the voice in hopes the priest didn't hear. Their conversation continues uninterrupted. Pour some oil on the latch. Yeah, there we go. Apply just the right amount of oil, nudging the metal till it rust gives without sound. Carefully, you pull the window shutter open enough to let the voices flow through. You hear a man speaking, his tongue agitated. You do that? Hope the mountain will do it. What if he suddenly cuts as if the man were speaking to all sides of the room? Suppose he tells them instead? What then? You recognize Lafda's voice responding. Why should he? And with all the dangers near the battery, our gift bearer won't delay. I expect that... Man interrupts her. You expect. You always expect. Look what that's taking us. A dying village, ogres on the walls. Auxiliary's not back yet, and now I have to go in his place. His voice drops and seethes, muffling what he was about to say. After a moment, Lafda replies, Do you think I want this? That I would have known in advance. A pause ensues, tension growing until the priestess voice cuts in half. We can't wait for them. We must fish out the last batch, quickly. After that, we'll decide. The man responds in a broken voice, barely audible. You only distinguish the last words. In the Rustwood Pond, I'll go. The exchange seems to end cautiously, so I need to go to Rustwood Pond. There we go.
Oh, it's working! Yes! I can't believe it! It's really... Oh. My ore locating divination tool. Well, that's what it will be. I have to calibrate it. Right now it seems to think you're a copper deposit. My animancer contacts did suggest that a particular strong soul essence might interfere. I'm more interested in minerals in any case. I suppose that's possible. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately. I'm trying to recreate the instruments that first led the Pargrin dwarves to this mountain. This is my latest prototype. Centuries ago, dwarves carrying tools just like this one followed their readings to what is now the battery. If I can recreate their work, then I may be able to find ore deposits elsewhere. I was hoping to test it, but my arrival was delayed by word of the ogre attack. I haven't been able to find anyone to venture up the mountain since. Really? That'd be wonderful. I just have to adjust the device, you see. It should point you toward metal deposits. We already know the battery rests on some rich veins, but I was hoping to get a reading of the surrounding mountainside. If you can follow the readings to ore and bring back a sample, I can use it to refine the device. Thanks ever so much for this.
The adventurer who saved the village. So good of you to visit the humble wagon. I am Yduran. How's business? Poor like this place. Not much going to be made trading in furs and such. I came to White Marsh because I assumed there would be no competition, and I have none because there's nothing to compete out over here for. If you're not making money out here, why do you stay? I was rather vocal about my inevitable success with my friends and family. If I give up and return a little more than I left, then no. Oh man, this guy is doomed by his ego. Show me what you have for sale. I mean, I don't know why I do this, but because this game, the way I'm playing this is just for the story, because the story's insane. Storylines, arcs are so good. Anyways, also trying to experience this for the game review that I'm gonna make for it. All right, that's the end of my episode. I will talk to you guys next time. Enjoy.